has called for restraint following North Korea's missile test. It is confident the launches will not derail plans for nuclear disarmament talks. A big boost for Sino-Russian ties. Both sides seal billions of dollars in trade deals. But strained relations between China and India as Prime Minister Manmohan Singh visits a disputed border region. Good evening, you're watching East Asia Tonight. I'm Genevieve Woo. Also ahead in tonight's bulletin, China's super rich are getting richer despite the economic downturn. Who are the billionaires and what's the secret of their success? I got that story coming up, but first. China and Russia have cemented their growing relationship with trade deals worth some $3.5 billion US. Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin met his Chinese counterpart Wen Jiabao in Beijing. Both sides are also likely to discuss the international hotspots such as North Korea's nuclear weapons program and its latest missile tests. But the two big neighbors appear focused on shoring up trade, energy and political ties. China's economy is steaming ahead while Russia has lagged during the global downturn. Another deal to be sealed today, a major gas agreement that will see 70 billion cubic meters of natural gas sent to China annually. Mr. Putin's visit is timed to coincide with the 60th anniversary of diplomatic relations between China and Russia. But he's also there to attend a meeting tomorrow of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, a regional security grouping that also includes Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. China has expressed anger over a recent visit by the Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh to a disputed region now under Indian control. Mr. Singh visited Arunachal Pradesh on October 3rd. Now, he was there to campaign for his Congress party ahead of state elections, but he reportedly did not say anything on China or the border dispute. Still, China says the visit itself is cause for concern.
中方对印度领导人不顾中方严重关切，前往中印领土争议区活动表示强烈不满。我们要求印方重视中方的严正关切，不在争议地区挑起争端，以利于中印关系的健康发展。
Arunachal Pradesh lies in a common border region between China and India. It has been at the core of a long-standing dispute. Beijing claims all of Arunachal Pradesh that it sees as southern Tibet. Now, the two sides fought a brief border war in 1962. A formal ceasefire line was never drawn, but a pact was signed in 1996 to keep the peace in the area. Since then, both sides have held 13 rounds of talks on the border. The most recent one took place just 2 months ago. Japan has hinted that it will keep to its plan of ending the controversial refueling mission in the Indian Ocean. Japanese Foreign Minister Katsuya Okada says that his government will not renew a bill on the mission despite calls from Pakistan for it to do so during his recent visit to the country. Mr. Okada says ending the mission is part of his government's campaign promise. Japan's refueling missions are a part of a US-led coalition against terrorism. It ends after January. Mr. Okada says funds are better channeled to civil and agricultural aid. But Japan is still keen to contribute to international peace efforts. 2 of its warships have been sent for an anti-piracy mission in the waters of Somalia. A farewell ceremony for the 400 crew members was held at a naval base near Tokyo. They are part of a 3rd task force that Japan is sending to patrol waters of Somalia. The first task force was sent to the Gulf of Aden in March following the increase in pirate attacks on commercial ships. China has called for restraint following a series of missile tests by North Korea. It says the launches should not hamper an improving outlook for diplomacy in dismantling Pyongyang's nuclear programs. South Korea, on the other hand, has called the missile tests a breach of United Nations resolutions. And our Korea Bureau Chief Lim Yun-suk is standing by for more. Pyongyang's latest missile launches are seen by some to be a setback in 6-party nuclear talks. Yun-suk, is this really the case?
Well, not really. Now, North Korea has not said that it will return to six-party talks. Pyongyang wants to hold bilateral meetings with Washington first, and so whether the six-party talks will resume or not will really depend on the outcome of the bilateral meeting and not the missile launch. Now, and if the United States and North Korea agree to meet sooner than expected, then the six-party nuclear talks could also take place earlier than expected.
And reactions from the six-party member nations have been muted as compared to the outrage generated 3 months ago after similar tests. Now, what has changed?
Well, yes, it is true that the reaction has not been like before, and I could see because, the other countries don't want to jeopardize any chances for the resumption of the nuclear talks. The sanctions have already been imposed in North Korea after its early launches, so apart from the verbal warnings, there's not much that can be done. And so right now, the most important thing is to bring North Korea back to the negotiating table, as the members of the six-party talks, excluding North Korea, strongly believe that the nuclear issue can only be resolved through dialogue.
Right, then Sun-suk, and that was our Korea Bureau Chief reporting in Seoul. Now, Typhoon Palmer continues to bring devastation across Asia. 3 fishermen were killed as the storm slammed into South China. Xinhua News Agency says strong winds and waves triggered by Palmer caused a fishing boat to capsize off the coast of Wanning City in Hainan Island. 9 fishermen fell overboard, but 5 were rescued. 1 fisherman is still missing. Palmer made a landfall in Wanning's Longgun Township early Monday, packing winds of up to 54 kilometers per hour. It is moving northwest at a speed of 15 kilometers per hour. The tropical storm has brought strong winds and rain to most parts of Hainan. Local authorities have warned residents against flash floods and landslides. Palmer has also brought winds and rains to coastal areas of Guangdong, Fujian province and Taiwan. And still ahead on East Asia tonight, this may look like a scene from a sale, but not quite, as people are rushing to buy gold, which is priced at an all-time high. Now, this lock of hair could possibly be auctioned off for $100,000 US. Who does it belong to? Stay tuned.